And now we turn our attention to a New Jersey icon. No, not the Turnpike and not the Boss, but that staple of summertime, the beloved Jersey tomato. And now comes word this year's crop is under siege by a highly contagious fungus. Environment correspondent Ed Rogers digs into the threat.
Sherry Dudas is keeping a close eye on the tomato vines at the Honeybrook Organic Farm. There are fears that a fungus called late blight could spread to tomato fields. It's similar to another fungus that affects tomatoes.
This tomato has been affected with early blight, and the fruit that would be affected with late blight would look very similar to this. This is a tomato that will never overcome this disease no matter how much you spray it.
Late blight is found sporadically in the Northeast, usually later in the year. Reports say a strain of the fungus was responsible for the Irish potato famine in the 1800s.
Late blight spreads much more quickly and is much more devastating. It's harder to control than early blight.
No late blight has been found on this farm, but state agriculture officials say it has been discovered in about 10 New Jersey counties.
It's very unusual because typically we find it in September. But it's because we've had this unusually wet weather that we've had this year that have been conducive to the disease that we're seeing a lot of disease development.
The occurrence of late blight this year is different than in others because infected tomato plants were sold to homeowners for their backyard gardens by big box stores throughout the Northeast.
The fact that there were plants that were sold that were infected with the disease essentially served as typhoid Marys and got the disease inoculum here a little earlier.
The concern is that home gardeners could travel to so-called pick-your-own farms like this one and spread the fungus to healthy tomato plants.
We might ask customers to bring a change of shoes and to not use any hand tools that they might use in their own gardens, such as pruning shears or things of that nature, buckets.
The weather will play a key role in determining if this fungus will spread through New Jersey's tomato fields. Experts say rainy, windy weather will increase the likelihood.
Farmers are being urged to use fungicides to control the problem. State agriculture officials say New Jersey ranks 10th in the nation in tomato production, bringing in more than $26 million in sales.
It would be a devastating economic loss for New Jersey's agriculture if we were to get tomato blight. It is the crop that we are known for. On this farm, it is our premier crop. We grow several different varieties, as do many tomato growers in New Jersey. The impact would be incredible.
Ed Rogers, NJN News, Hopewell Township.